Should be a good change. Should be a positive change. Right, hopefully. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Cool. So, um Nabil, 25 stream streak. Why do I feel like I've missed your other ones? I've seen ASR hit some. I've seen Dan hit some, Irish Dan. But I don't feel like I've seen anything from yours, and I thought it was broken some point recently, but I guess clearly not. um so yeah, I need to get something up here. Let me first load into the game just because I feel like we need some color. It's too dark. It's too dark. And we'll get the. Oh my god! I actually completely forgot about this. I knew I needed the weather mod, but I completely forgot about third rails. So let's get that open as well. Yes, re-annotations. I don't know why the logo of it has gone. Ah, an update. So let's install that real quick. Interested to see what that update brings. I'm going to set this to track so it can track us. Where's this going? Wait for this to do its thing. They showed up for you. Interested. To be honest, I barely actually really check the... They shouldn't be taking this long. I barely check the workshop. I used to check quite often, but now ever since... This is why. Ever since I started using like the GMC logistics combo and stuff like that, I kind of just stopped relying on it. And so it's been a while since I've paid the workshop a visit. Right, so let's do this. I hope I do this right. Why? Why can't I see? Why can't I see my? Why can't I see my? My Google Chrome. It's a window. Oh, right, it's this one. That's literally it. That's literally it. Right, so we'll try and do this. This is basically the wheel. I can't really get it how I want. I'd love for it to just be the wheel, like this. Yeah, see that kind of works. I mean, it's not fantastic, but it kind of works. Oh, the watch streak, right. I mean, honestly, bro, maybe they did show up, but I just wasn't paying attention. Who knows? Yes, I did type everything by myself. I tried to get ChatGPT to do it for me, and it was just stinking up the gaff, man. I said, give me all the DLC for TSW. It didn't understand how to do that. It said, do you want me to give you the paid and then free separately, or do you want me to give you the third parties? I said, bro, give me every single DLC in TSW. And then it started telling me that the list was too long for it to give it to me in one response. So I said, okay, cool. Give me every single DLC from TSW 2020. Gave me a list. I said, okay, now give me every single DLC. Do the same thing for me for TSW 2. And it gave me the list. Half of that list was the list from TSW 2020. So I said, oh, what are we doing? I said, what? Like you've given me these ones already. It said, I can't confirm. There's no source for me to confirm. I said, you know what? Let me just go and do it manually, man. So what that also means, well, it doesn't also mean anything, but basically, there are some DLCs that I have done the journey mode for already, and if we land on them, then I will just remove them from the wheel for next time, and then obviously we'll spin again. There are just a few that I know I finished and didn't put. There are some others that I'm pretty sure I finished, but I'm thinking maybe just in case somehow I've missed something, So yeah. Don't let this be a one-time thing. No, this is gonna be the structure of the journey mode streams moving forward. I feel like in order for these streams, I guess, not to get stale, I have to keep refreshing things, and it works better for me as well. It works better for you watching it, so you're not watching the same route the whole week, or for 2 weeks, or maybe even for a month straight, depending on how long the journey mode is. And then I too have a bit of a refreshed experience every time as well. So yeah, I think we'll go for it. And I'm also going to have the TSW wiki open as well, so that I can see what DLCs appeared where and da 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 da. So let's give it a spin, man. I don't know if there's any audio. You're going to have to tell me. I've got no idea. I can't hear anything on there. What are we landing on? Expert 101. Okay. So I think I've done the Expert 101 stuff, for example. So before I remove it, let me just double check all the things that it kind of like added to, if that makes sense, in terms of journey mode. So I wish it would just say, I wish it would just have like a there is audio. Okay, is it cringe? Does it piss you off? I wish there was a section on the TSW wiki specifically for journey modes, but that's okay. So it includes so it adds some services to all of these. So I guess I'm just gonna go through them one by one. It's normal. Okay, cool. I'm glad about that. I'm gonna go through them one by one and just see exactly where it adds journey mode. So like I said, I'm pretty sure I've done all of the journey modes for it, but yeah, I just wanna make sure for sure, so that I don't miss anything. Super Bremen Bros. I hate that title. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like it at all. Salzburg. There's a lot more plans I have, man. I was actually meant to. Okay, so E for Expert, 9 for 9. So we've done the Salzburg Rosenheim stuff. I've got more stuff planned, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It's just that I'm very tight on time, and so I've done literally everything for this. And so it means I'm gonna have to free up some space next week to make room for my other plans, because there's some things I want to do for TikTok content. There's some things I want to do for like I want to do basically one YouTube video and one TikTok video a week, just to begin with, and then go from there, basically, up it from there. So maybe by the end of the year I'm doing, I don't know, 5 maybe. But I think that's still, I'm aiming quite high there. So let me just focus on doing my once a week one, and then we can go from there. Cool. So as I suspected, yeah, so that's this one. So 15 for 15, we've done all of that as well. So that means then that I can remove that one off the list, and then we go again and see what we land on. This has made me think about all the mods from like TSW4 and 3 and 2 and 5 and all of that, because there's going to be a lot of routes here that have been forgotten about, and so there's not going to be any, no one's going to remember them to make a mod for them or to improve them, in any way. But if you go back to the era when they came out, then you might find, a bunch of things, right? So the A6 only featured on Preston to Carlisle. Okay. Does it have its own journey mode? It does. Okay, well, there we go then. So 6 for 14. So I'm not going to remove it for now. So I'm just going to close it and keep it there. And then we can close this. And that's what we're doing today, which I am actually not mad about at all, man. I like the route, especially with it's a good route anyway, being a Just Trains route. Won't talk any further about that. And enhancements that Jetwatch has done through his mod really pop on this route as well, more so than a lot of other ones. So whether we're doing a day run, whether you're doing a night run, it's fantastic, man. It's great, honestly. Cool. Right, so I'm just gonna put this here. Just get my stream elements sorted out so that I don't miss any follows, subscriptions, likes, requests, anything. Did he play too much? Most of the journey mode names are cringe. Yeah, I get that, you know, they're trying to make it fun, but I mean, nah, can't be mad in it. Like, it is what it is. um, See, like this journey mode, continuing the climb. I think that would just have to be part of the route itself, because this came as an addition by Just Trains, but it wasn't really a DLC, and they're actually goated for that. I'm not gonna lie. This is the sort of thing we need to see on all the routes across the entire game. But yeah, you know what's Cornwall local? Yeah, hold on a second. I don't feel like I saw West Cornwall local on the TSW wiki, which means I don't think I've added it onto the wheel. Let me see. It should be there, but I don't like act like I saw it. I see it here, and I just realized you don't look familiar. Yeah, no, West Cornwall Steam logo is there. Let me do my Control F. Yeah, there's no West Cornwall local. There's no West Cornwall local. I'm gonna need to add that. And I wonder why it didn't show up on the TSW wiki. Let's call loco and then shuffle in preparation for next week. Boom. Okay. Save. Can I save? Yeah. Unsave changes. Right. So save. Why do you want me to do it manually? Why is there no auto save option? Okay, so it has now saved, and I can go back to you. Okay, yeah, memories indeed, bro. Memories indeed, trust me. Right. Why? Sorry, it's gonna bother me. It's gonna bother me now. Why was it not on the TSW wiki, or did I just miss it? Because I rely on this TSW wiki for quite a lot of things, and if it's got a flaw, okay, it was between the 313 and Sherman Hill, of which I wrote down both. That one I know for sure. Interesting. Anyway, 86.2. Let's go for it. It says challenging conditions. Drive it in challenging weather conditions, but I mean realistically, I've got the mod, so. Anywho, challenging conditions or not, let's go for it, man. These are some lengthy ass runs. Like realistically, we're probably gonna do these 3. And even then, we're going to go beyond the time that the streams would normally last. But, you know, I'll be okay. I'm okay with that. Right, let's start. 1 Sierra 5-3. Coventry to Glasgow Central and Edinburgh Waverley. You can't really, I mean, I wrote down all of that manually, bro. After losing my mind with, like, I started writing them down on Streamlabs. Streamlabs has a spinning wheel. And I wrote down about 10 or 15. And I thought, before I go too far, let me just see how this looks before I do everything and then I regret it because it doesn't turn out well. Lo and behold, I tried it and it was absolutely trash. So trash. So I had to stop that after putting a considerable amount of time there. Then I had the headache with ChatGPT. And then I said, you know what, I'm just going to do this manually. I think I've done all there is to do, but have a little exploration just in case. Is it just the DSD that I need to set? It does seem that way. Everything else is set. Okay. That's all good. Right, let me sit in my seat first. Oh, I can't see the change end lever. So I think we are good to go. Turn the master key on. Put her into forwards. Get the doors open. Instrument light switch. Or have it on bright. Tail light switch off. Dimmer switch off. Foot warmer. It's June or something, isn't it? We're okay. Headlight on. Marker lights on. Oh, it's buggy. It thinks that the back of the train is the front of the train. It did this the other day as well. Why is it just trains routes that have this issue? I haven't really seen it on any other issues. On any other route, sorry. There are quite a few bugs that I'm noticing recently. We've seen a ton of like random derailments with the just trains routes. Issues with like DSD and AWS on the routes as well. There's a bit of rain actually, interestingly enough. Now I'll get the doors closed. Can I turn it on speed of the wipers? They don't need to be moving that quickly. I prefer how this is done on a controller, but I'm gonna stick to my keyboard today. I prefer it. Man, this route used to lag so bad. This platform right here, used to lag so bad when I would run OBS on this PC. It was horrendous. Why didn't you do Control plus A on the wiki and say ChatGPT make a list for me? What does Control plus A do? You might be teaching me something here. ASR, good afternoon, my man. How you doing, my man? Is Just Trains overrated? I don't think they're overrated necessarily. Although, we'll see what the future holds. It's just... I'm just pointing out some interesting issues that I've been noticing, I guess. That's it, really. They're hunting for improvement. Select all and copy all of the website content so will then hopefully filter out only the important stuff, so the route names. Interesting. Okay, that's something I could try in the future. I think for now, I've sorted it, but yeah, perhaps something could come up in the future and I can utilize that method. Carrying the SimRoad Twitch viewer account. Yeah, he's just... I was going to say the GOAT, but I mean, I don't really know much about him. There's got to be a reason for why he's as popular as he is, you know. He's doing something right, so... But you just never know, you know, because being controversial or being involved in drama can also attract people, so... It's not guaranteed to be a good reason why he's so popular, but I would hope, you know, that he's earned it. Right, I need to keep an eye out here for the neutral sections and the neutral signs, which are the black and white ones, if I'm not mistaken. They must have had a blast doing those adverts. All I know is Simro Sunday meme was true. Do you think maybe that's why they're doing the release on Sunday? It was Sunday, right? Is that guaranteed ASR? Maybe for the memes. I mean, realistically, what other logical explanation is there? That's like unheard of. It's very rare that I'll see an 86 in BR Blue livery. They're usually almost always in the Intercity one. Hello, Mr. Henk. Scotland is... Hey! Welcome, my man. Scotland is cold indeed. How have you been enjoying your trip so far? How are you doing as well? They said February. January's content is already all fixed on the calendar already, so at least they're keeping the timeline on this one. I mean, hey, until the date comes and the content drops on that date, nothing's ever certain, man. But at least it's looking positive. Scotland is very good whiskey. I don't know how to tell good whiskey from bad whiskey. I'm not gonna lie, it all tastes like crap to me. As a matter of fact, the only like nice tasting alcohol that exists are cocktails because they're sweet. And some wines. But let's not kid ourselves, man. Everything else tastes like butthole. No. I'm using my controller. I love the quick tap feature. Love it, love it, love it. I wouldn't mind doing some freight, you know. But I think 86s were mostly doing passenger services, and it was the 87s that were more freight focused. Just returned. It's an amazing place. Beer and whiskey best. I don't know, man. I beg to differ. Scotland is a beautiful place, so I can't deny that. That's definitely on my list of places I'd love to visit. Preferably when I have a car, so that I can really explore the Highlands and all there is to see. I love the mixed formations as well. Really nice. I like the little sticker on the window here. There's one there, one there. There's no. Oh, there is one here. I didn't even notice. Did not even notice. Say less, Nabil. I know you're busy doing your workshop thing, so say less. Southeastern Train Lover, hello, mate. How are you doing? Thank you. Did you follow me recently? Why does your name look familiar? I feel like I've seen your name recently, but I thought it was maybe in my subscription list, but I'm not too sure. But welcome, regardless. How are you doing? Apparently Xbox crossplay is a weird one. Xbox Microsoft Store only at the moment. I don't know until the 22nd and Steam updates are the same version as Xbox, but because at the moment only base game will come to those places, and when there's version and DLC equalness in Steam. I guess we wait and see then. That is very odd. That is very odd. It's like, yeah, crossplay, but also not really. Alright, Nabil. I've also been in a Scottish train. They're cool. Do you know what train it was, Hang? Oh boy. As expected, I missed a neutral section. Or I missed an advanced warning of a neutral section. Oh my god, hold on, sorry. Third rails. I completely forgot to get it up for you guys. in a class 385 and a 38. You know, mad. I was literally thinking about that, and I was gonna say it, and I thought, no, let me just let you say whatever it is that you're gonna say. That is insane. And you saw the class 43 as well. Lucky, man. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Yeah. I didn't really. I didn't appreciate them when they were here, basically. Is the point I'm making. Microsoft Store and Xbox Store are the same, technically speaking, just that Microsoft Store pre-install the Windows was, you can use it on PC. Yeah, I'm fairly, like, I understand what Microsoft Store is and its weirdness, because even for TSW, for example, I don't even know if you can install mods on the Microsoft Store version of TSW. And if you can, I think it's quite like a complicated process compared to like Steam and Epic Games. And some high-speed train, I don't know the name. Would it be the... What color was the livery, Hank? Was it white and red? Was it like LNER? Or was it like the blue one? Lumo, I think? Hello, Jackson. What is going on here, mate? What is going on here? We are driving a train, mate. That's it, really. Yellow and red. Class 800 would make sense. Those are usually the high-speed trains we have here, if not the Pendolino. When I say here, I mean the UK in its entirety. Yellow and red. Yellow and red doesn't ring any bells for me specifically. Might have to have a little Google of that one. With a zoom on it. Are you sure it wasn't white and red? Can I adjust my wiper speed? Where's the little knob? Let's just have it running at all. But there's no knob to adjust the speed. Usually there is. Cue me just missing a warning for a neutral section while I'm searching around for this knob. Is it you? No. I'm certain it exists. It must. It must. Anywho. Let's enjoy the ride. What do you mean I'm the knobhead? Why am I a knobhead? Yes, ASR, according to what was posted yesterday on the forum. So it looks like maybe that's releasing first. There's all this speculation on the forum about what's coming out first. But realistically, if they're usually it's like, what, a week between previews and releases, if I'm not mistaken? Although, I mean, realistically, I mean, you'd expect the remaster, the Great Western Express remasters to come out first, though, considering how long we've been waiting for that. Because what I was going to say was, it makes sense that the train would come out first because it's just a train, rather than an entire route. But, you know. I feel that probably the Great Western Express has been cooking for much longer. Maybe before even the idea of the 805 was conceived. You could only see the nose. Then yes, it was, Hank. I believe, if I remember correctly, those trains have a yellow front. So yeah, it was that. The same train we have here on the East Coast Main Line, basically. I mean, it kind of seems that way, ASR, considering I've tried all the little switches that I can see. Usually they'll be very obvious and also like right in front of the driver. So I mean, if it's not right in front here, And then there was no point in looking all around anyway. That's a little bit annoying though, because we've got some light rain, but the wiper's going crazy. It's like overkill. So a class 220 or 220. Oh, nice, a Voyager. In the Cross City livery, Hank? I don't actually know if they run any other livery. Did some train spotting. I think it, like as a train fan, it's necessary when you go to another country to train spot. I don't really follow like specific pages about trains on Instagram, but there's one that focuses on Moroccan trains. And because I feel like I've missed out on train spotting in Morocco all the times I've been there, I follow that page. And it's always interesting to see what's running there. Usually it's a lot of the same, but I guess it's just cool to see. It was dark blue, purplish with a yellow front. Purplish with a yellow front. I don't believe the Voyager livery has a yellow front. I think it's white. That could be, dare I say... Oh, I'm going to say nothing. Don't want to embarrass myself. Cross Country doesn't have a yellow front though, does it? Does it have a yellow front? Am I imagining things? Okay, cool. I wonder if we'll ever see it layer onto one of the Scottish routes then in that case. Where were you in Scotland, Hank? It would make sense, ASR. I don't know, obviously, his gaming history, but it's possible that maybe even the news of that got him playing it. Because I'll be honest, mate, I don't see, you know, I don't really see why people would stream that game. Unless you're like a hardcore sim. I feel like the only people left playing Simrail are the hardcore Simrail fans at the moment. So if you're one of them and you stream, then yeah, fair enough. But if anyone else is going to stream the game, I'd be a little bit perplexed as to why. It went to Plymouth, that makes sense. That makes sense. You're near Edinburgh and near Stirling. Must have been cool seeing. Did you? I'm assuming you were at Edinburgh Station, right? That's where you would have seen those trains. Must have been cool being there, man. CD is checked. Yes, I know. I saw the connection. Check streamer likes check train. I think it would make sense. Right, luckily I caught that neutral section warning sign. The voltage is taking a sweet time though to go down. There we go. And then we'll just coast for a bit. It's cool going through these sections at night because you can really see the lights turn off and turn back on again, both the headlights and also the lights inside the cab as well, the line light and the train heat light. Using the real weather mod and driving in summer seasons on UK routes doesn't really help. The UK is the UK. The majority of our June, July, August runs on UK routes that we've seen in the past couple of weeks have been grey, if not rainy as well. So just in case you think we exaggerate, here's your evidence. Also, for those of you who watch the American Truck Sim streams, it's about to get even better. With Nabil's help, I've made some map changes so that there shouldn't be any more trash roads. There's still a lot to explore and find out, but we shouldn't see anything like we saw the other day, which was really disappointing. And it means the map is smaller, so it's not as expansive as it was previously, but the quality is better, and it does seem like the scale has returned to normal, which hopefully should also mean that there's no more funkiness with the sunset and sunrise times. It remains to be seen for sure, but I'm quite hopeful. Well, yeah, that's my point, Hank. That's my point. So I'm using the real weather mod. So wherever the date is in the game, it gets the weather from that date and time, like very accurately. Even for historic routes like this. This is a cool little formation here. And the majority of the runs that we've done in the last couple of weeks in the game with the mod, where the season has been the summer season and it's been grey and rainy, has been a lot. It's been more grey and rain weather than blue skies and sun. So, you know, just in case, you know, somebody thinks that we exaggerate whenever because of how often we complain about the weather, here's your evidence. We don't really get a break. We'll get maybe like a week of hot weather during the summer, and then that's it. Well, another thing, so I did some research actually into why it was more about London, but I think it's the UK in general, although London, even when the whole of the UK will have snow, London will just not have any. And it's because, like, the UK as a whole, but especially London, is very warm with all like the emissions, and there's also a lot of like all the heat from the underground. And it's why we barely have snow that will actually build up. But yeah, it seems like you came to Scotland at the best time possible. You got to miss the chaos, the terror, the stress, the anxiety of trying to get anywhere in the Netherlands. So good choice. I love the little tape details, by the way. I've always loved them. I think it's only when you see details like that you realize how easy it would have been to just skimp out and put in minimal effort like we're so used to seeing. I do like the blinds on here as well. Nice winter timetable. Hey, Jackson, being someone who experienced it firsthand, was it really nice? Was it really nice though? Did you go to London at all, Hank, on your trip? Carter's not streaming and he didn't raid you. Outrageous. I mean, I'm sure there's been many times when he's been streaming and I haven't raided him, so there's no obligation either way. I like seeing the 101s over here. It seems like their headlights are off, which is interesting, considering this is not like a modded timetable or anything. I did experience... I still don't know how to pronounce that, by the way. Schiffle Chaos. Okay, you've been in London before, but not this time then, I assume. Winter timetable was cancelled all trains, yep. Indeed. It's still outrageous. No, it's not. Well, not in my opinion, anyway. I guess it could be subjective. It could be that he's used to me streaming at 11:30, my local time. So maybe he checked before he started streaming, saw that I wasn't streaming, saw that it was a weekend, and I didn't used to stream on Saturdays before. So maybe he just assumed that I'm not streaming today. Either way, it's not a problem. Jackson, was the train that you got like the first train that had a good service? Because the ones before were cancelled, isn't it? You were saying. When flying to Scotland, I had 45 minutes wait time for the de-icing. Jesus. It's so frustrating being held up for any reason inside a plane. You're just stuck there. You still got hours ahead of you and you can't even get going. Oh, just one was cancelled. Could have gone a day before if I really wanted, but it's just like 6 hours longer. Oh, okay, fair enough. So it sounds like things are starting to improve then over there. I think the special thing about that image was DB only being at 10 minutes delay. A good old DB meme. Maybe that's their plan at this point, man. I do wonder if the issues with, you know how like they need to extend some of the lines because they're so like they're super packed basically. I really wonder once they do all of those improvements, whether the meme will still remain. Gonna lock in and try to have a decent stop here. Somehow we've got a little bit of a delay. Felt like we had a pretty smooth journey. Nothing's gonna work from now on. I still reduce trains, but at least some. Yeah, literally, at least there's some. I saw a cool thing in somewhere in New York where they have switches and points. They have like, it's almost like a stove. Like you'll see like a flame underneath it to melt the snow and the ice. I thought that was pretty cool. Arguably a bit overkill, but I mean it keeps the service going, so I'm not even starting on my return flight. I've got an extra day in Scotland, oh no. It makes sense though, man, it makes sense. Things were just too crazy. I believe there's a service ahead of us, but it should have picked up some speed now. Oh, I still have my brakes on. DB is like a heaven of a company compared to other ones. I felt like in a third world country with NS. Yeah, but you were there at a time of chaos. So you can't really judge the service based on what was going on. The sausages here have heat-ins. Nothing special. I don't think it's a thing here. I've never heard of it. ProRail, which is an infrastructure company in the Netherlands, doesn't care because of how little days of these extreme conditions they have. Fair enough. But I think maybe after this experience, maybe they'll handle things a little bit differently. It's an almost... What do you mean it's an almost all 5-year occasion? Like something like that hasn't happened in 5 years? Or it tends to happen every 5 years? Welcome back, Nabil. Everything sorted out, boss? What's hearsay? About the ProRail statement? Nice one, Nabil. Can you send me a message on Discord just saying ATS workshop? I know a lot of these things I tell you guys to message me to help me remember stuff sound like the things that on Instagram reels. They say, oh, comment this and I'll send you my course. Comment this and I'll send you the link. But it kind of is what it is. Happens around all 5 years. Okay. Unless I send you my course. Yeah, man. I need to do one of them, man. I need to find something to sell, like a course. I just don't know what the course would be on. I mean, realistically, with AI, it could be anything. I want to hear the logo. Nice. Recording Zusi 3 videos. My plan is to upload one per week. I've recorded 3 yesterday. That's you reminded me of when I used to record my city car driving stuff. I would record so many in a day and then schedule them to release every day, if that makes sense. Oh, what a memory. What a memory, man. Oh, I didn't mean to put it in off. God damn. Yeah, bro, for quite a while, I was releasing a video every day, yeah. Like, sometimes I would have them a week in advance. Because I would record multiple videos a day. I was putting in work on those city car driving videos, man. I mean, they were quite simple, right? Drive for 10 minutes. For a small period of time, actually, I was recording lap times. I had like a little track that I created in the city. So if you go to like some of the older ones and you go to the end, you'll see that I do like a, yeah, like a little lap time thing. Like a time trial. Simrail API for third parties is currently put it on maintenance for database upgrade yesterday, and because they've spilled coffee on the server. Are you joking? It stops working properly. Okay, just kidding. Unknown quantities API so it's API. Okay. APIs. I mean, there's some sort of API available already for the game, right? Considering there was that website that tracks your run and does the announcements and shows like what would be shown on the screen that I used to really like. That had to be some sort of API being utilized. Also, that database upgrade, the CD163 loading screens appeared. They knew what they were doing. That was no accident. It's a great shame that they didn't stick to their promise about weekly updates or updates more often or whatever it was that they said. The game really needs that, man. The game really needs that. I'd imagine they just did both database upgrade and loading screen uploads. Update those in 2 weeks. I just hope it's gonna be good. Like I said previously, I actually want to go back to playing Simrail. I want to. And I'm actually having to hold myself back from not playing it now. Is there still no mention of the Sky fix? I'm seeing lots of activity in like TSC server and D2G forum keyword Simro recently. Really? I mean, I've been browsing the forums quite a bit over the last week and I haven't seen a single mention of Simro. Well, somebody sort of scraped the subject, saying how with the Xbox sale being actually pretty good for seemingly the first time ever, they were speculating that it was because of the competition from Simro, multiplayer coming, and also something to do with trains. High-speed services are cool, man. It's like, you'll just zoom in. And I think they're more fun in like older stock like this. Like this is more fun for me than doing 125 in like a Class 800. I mean, I'm not going to go out of my way to specifically search Simro, but I have been browsing a ton of topics in general discussion, and I haven't really been seeing anything about Simro. And if I have missed a few conversations about it here and there, oh damn it. There's no real... It's not like there's a wave on the forum about Simro. People excited about it, or, you know. Like, I'm sure people are speculating that it could be good and that, you know, it will be better for competition against TSW. But no matter how stale people will say TSW is, Simro is a lot more stale. What's not that deep in the bill? What happened if most of them are on off topic? That would make sense then, why I haven't seen them. But if it was something big, it would have made its way to the general discussions. Cactus Truce is the GOAT behind the US signaling on a lot of the routes, and he's recently been ranting away on the Discord and the forums about how bad things are, basically, and he will no longer be working with DTG. Nilvinus, how you doing, my man? Happy Saturday. Welcome to the stream. Oh, Simro been mentioned on the forums. Yeah. It's not a threat at the moment. And I struggle to even try to feel like it will be. Ultimately, we'll have to wait and see what this update does and what the Xbox release will do to the player counts. But I don't think TSW is threatened at the moment by it. Rest after work, you deserve it, man. You deserve it. I do hope not all of the runs are gonna be grey. But I mean, if they are, and it's raining, hey, it's not going to look half as bad as the default rain. If I was using dynamic weather right now, there would be a full-on storm. The fog would be so thick I can't see anywhere in front of me. And if I wasn't using the modded rain, then it would just look like there's a lot of paint falling from the sky. Did Matt punch cactus trees? What sort of question is that? Jesus Christ! I haven't seen him say that. Jesus. I do think he's doing a lot, though. I'm not gonna lie. It seems he's talking from a very emotional place. Like, he can definitely criticize from his position, but there's a way to do it. As he's doing it with so much emotion, yes, you can see how much frustration has been caused to him, but at the same time, it also takes away from what he says. So I do wish in all of his ranting that he would just be a bit less emotional. I think that's the only real way to say it. What would be funny, ASR? Searchlight simulations, hiring Brandon to work on US Sim Roll. That would be sick. That would be sick. However, as Nabil is alluding to, it is... I'm not gonna lie. I'm inclined to believe at this point that it's not coming out, that it was dropped for whatever reason and is no longer coming out. ASR, I don't believe that for a minute. I can't trust that. It's been literally years, man. Literally years. I don't trust that. I'll believe it when I see it. Simple as that. When I see some more progress pictures, maybe some videos, I'll believe it. Other than that, they do say a lot. I mean, just 2 minutes ago, I mentioned the fixes that they said, not fixes, but like updates and hot fixes and stuff like that, that were going to be regular. Did that happen? Nope. And let's not talk about the false advertising on the Steam store. Did you manage to find any PNG stuff in the build for ATS? It was PNG that you said had some nice textures for like roads and stuff, right? It is. Well, it's been before. I can tell you that for certainty. I don't know if things have changed now. I had both JBX and PNG together. You didn't find anything? You know I found them before or just by googling them. I'm not gonna lie. They were posted to like one of the mod websites. I literally just googled just googled them and I found them. Holy Trucker can usually source them. He's the one that used to put me on. Hopefully I'll remember the next time he pops up in chat. I think you know the mod website that has like a blue interface or like a blue UI. It was that one. But that was only for like 2 versions that I was using it from there. So whether they still do it or not, I've got no clue. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Beautiful. Who remembers when Manchester Airport Commuter released? And there was that section where if 2 trains crossed each other, they would derail. That was insane. I didn't actually expect them to fix it as quickly as they did. Interesting ASR. I didn't even know you can like roll back updates. I enjoyed it, Jackson. I've uninstalled it because I don't play it. And I don't know when I'm next going to play it. But I genuinely enjoyed it. And at some point in the future, I do hope to continue on my mission to get S tier in all of the missions. I got quite a few. I don't know if you were there as I was playing through. But I've gotten quite a few S tiers. And I was very close to another one. I had 1 enemy left, and he killed one of my soldiers. One of my team members, I should say. But then that was before I started playing a particular way where I just leave them outside, and I just do everything by myself. Luckily, Event Viewer listed every instance the PC was shut down promptly. And like, were you able to gather exactly what the issue was? I mean, Jackson, that stream was just, you know, I don't know, man. It's just the usual pattern of like, I don't know. It's like every time I try something different like that, it just doesn't work out for whatever reason. Like people's availabilities or other reasons. Like Nabil was on with me for like half an hour, and then he left. Els didn't show up at all. You were not available. Just timing, I guess. Oh, no ASR. Well, ask. I mean, if it's like the same thing that pops up over and over, Google it or ask ChatGPT what it means. Interesting. And does the GPU run like fine as it always has done? Like, is your performance still the same in gaming? Hey, so it's anti-ChatGPT, really? It logged that something failed to log. Nice, man. Very helpful. Love to see that from Windows. Just gonna coast until we get a green. If you remember correctly. Well, he hasn't denied it, so it seems that way. What's happened here then? The ghost train of Christmas past. Jesus. It's like the same assets over and over. And then you just got the field of sheep statues. Sounds like someone's placed a speaker somewhere. Anti-AI. Not for long. It's true, you know. How much longer are you really going to be able to avoid it for? Ghost Class 86? I've got no idea. I'm about to cook my motors. I've got no idea, boss. The barber pole shouldn't be yellow, right? Until we start approaching a station. AI is your daily companion. As long as you can sift through the BS, it's a good shout. The issue is when people become over-reliant on it. Yeah, apparently, well, allegedly, it had multiple reports. Hmm. Would be nice to get a similar run to the one we had last time, where it was like snow on the ground, beautiful sunset. That one is unforgettable, man. I find it interesting that this end of the cab, or this cab end of the train, whatever, is cab number 1. And yet the game gets confused and thinks the back of the train is the front. I completely forgot. I need to update the annotations for Sandpatch Grid. Quickly do that after this run. It was at the beginning, Jackson. I don't know if roulette would be the proper term. It was like a spin the wheel type of thing. Like it looks like roulette. I don't know. False advertising? Why is it false advertising? You can try and cancel me. Class 08 shunting away. Got a neutral session coming up. Just to complicate things a little bit. Why have I lost power? What did I do? Do I enjoy this route? Yes. Yeah, for sure. This cab always looks like we're driving so fast. I mean, we were literally doing 100 miles an hour for like 90% of that run, so I think it did well. Nice question from Nabil there. It's a very Nabil question. It's a very Nabil question. Does this route have any stops? On these services, usually you could have 2 or 3, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, it's an express service, you know. Its real purpose is to get you from an A to B that are quite rather far from each other, with a little bit of flexibility in between. Wait, now it's running slowly. Right, it's one of those wipers. Interesting. What's that 86 up to? What is its purpose in life? We'll never find out. Easy platinum. Thank you very much, boss. Stinky Morristown line. I'm gonna get really annoyed once that comes up. I've got like personal beef with this line, with this train, and somehow this is like the main TSW6 background. All you can eat. I don't even know where Stanray Harbour is, but just the fact that it's coming from Euston. I don't even want to know how long the full service actually is. Are you thanking me or are you thanking Nabil Jackson? What is Mar-a-Lago? Am I going to drive the Dirk route? Excuse me? Goodbye, sweet prince. I hate that the camera always has to reset from its own position. He's faking it and none of his colleagues are noticing. Are you telling me they couldn't have even bothered to add sound effects? Just a sound effect, place it here, place another one there. That's it, man. That's it. Or is it because Unreal Engine has limitations or whatever? Turkey calls Dutch. Not today. But if it happens to be selected by the wheel, then yeah, absolutely. I don't think I've done much of the journey mode there. I know I've done a few routes, but I don't recall spending much time on it. They added sound effect for the turntable yesterday on Mittenwald Barn. There was an update released yesterday? I don't recall. And what, that was the only thing updated? A simulgraph, ah. Yes, makes sense, ASR. Wise words. You're very welcome, Jackson. Hello, SWRX88G. I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you? It was a sound you noticed yesterday on the route at the end. I have no memory. Did you not end on Main Turbine yesterday? Or are you saying when I did the Mittenwald Barn route? I don't remember any audio that I heard. I remember that there was that train that was stuck, that was blocking us, that I deleted and was forced to delete, and it messed everything up because I did that. Thank you very much for the sub, SWR. Appreciate you, mate. Alright, Nabil. Jackson, I can only assume there are still high levels of THC in your bloodstream. I keep on forgetting it's illegal in Germany. So I should really just be expecting it now. I didn't actually check the length of this run. I know they're all a little bit over an hour, but I don't remember by how much. We'll see how things go. This could be the last one. If not, then we'll do one more after this. I mean, we are due at Carlisle in just over an hour from now. I want to say I hope there'd be something short to do on like one of the other chapters, but I highly doubt that. These runs seem quite, well, the journey mode itself seems quite rigid. Are you sharing the Bill's opinion, Jackson? You're not a fan of no stops. I think that's the good thing about doing like a spin the wheel kind of thing. Because what it means is that we'll have a session of these sorts of services, and then next time we could have a session of local stopping services. Potentially after that, some freight. It's constantly varied. And it potentially means, unless a journey mode has been completely done already, that no route really gets abandoned. Until we hit the neutral section. I'm keeping more and more of an eye out now. Although I dread to think how much tougher these runs would be if the train reacted as it would have done in reality. To just having the power just shut off immediately without the proper procedure. Some routes should be abandoned. I mean, I'll keep it on it, you know, I'll be honest. I haven't done anything on the Thomas routes, for example, and I have not put them in the wheel. If they pop up on the requester route, then so be it. But for me to go, for me to come and get my fix of train simming and risk Thomas popping up, no thank you. Oh, okay, I remember. I don't think that sound was a turntable though, boss. It wasn't turning, was it? It was just like a random MP3 replaying over and over again, like a generic yard work sound effect. How much more boring would this route have been if all the coaches were like the same? Basically, if JT had done what Dovetail did for the Semerangban route. Was it the Semerangban route? I think it was. And it's criminal that all now nothing's been done about it. It's possible that within those sounds in the bill were turntable sounds, but I mean, the actual turntable isn't moving. So, you know, it would have been cool if there was some action going on there. I like more busy commuter routes with multiple stops along the way. That's why I never touched this route. Yeah, fair enough. So, are you talking like a German regional express route? Or are you talking something like a Glossop line, for example? Which isn't the busiest, but has a lot of stops. Or something like Cathcart Circle, for example. So yeah, fair enough. I'm not a huge fan of, like, okay, if it's a route that I'm familiar with from reality, so in terms of what we have in the game, Bakerloo line, Mildmay line, Suffragette line, I'm okay with those routes because there's some sort of a connection there. But something like the Glossop line, or even honestly, I know it's gotten a lot of ratings, but Manchester Airport commuter, or anything of the sort, Cathcart Circle, I get frustrated with how many stops. Like I like picking up some speeds, right? It doesn't need to be like this, for example. But I do like to pick up some speed between my stations. I think for me, ideally, a regional express type of service, for me, personally. You know what I think gives Castle Wurzburg, the Castle Wurzburg route some life? Yes, there are a lot of tunnels, but the details are nice. I believe they use reflective signage in there, right? It's like the experience could be worse. It could be worse. That also could pop up, by the way. I believe I still have the Dispolok 182 journey modes, which has some things on Castle Wurzburg. Also, why do we rarely see that train? I'm pretty sure it's popped up here and there, but it's very, very, very rare that we'll see that. Is it just not seen much in Germany, generally speaking? Braking late, waiting for the bloody power to go off, and I just didn't want to. When you say the experience could be worse, you mean? Potentially. You know what's crazy? I think that's another one I didn't add to the wheel. I don't recall typing that one in. How did I miss these ones, man? When did it come? TSW 3? Maybe just do Control F. Oh no, I added it. It's there. It is indeed there. Yeah, the thing of the LGV route for me, and maybe it's just because I've only ever done like 2 runs on it ever. But I feel like it's a bit, it's like, yes, the environment is trash, to be blunt, but I think there's a thrill in traveling as fast as you do. And I guess the ideal way to play that route is like every now and again, you just come to it to get your fix, and then you leave it for 6 months. But doing like the journey mode of that must be rough. You don't instantly start off with 300 kilometers an hour either. It's a route which has more stops in it, but only on some services, and it's a German route. You're able to have 300 kilometers an hour on a regular. TSW2, thank you, Nabil. Yeah, thank you, ASR as well. Much more diversity. Much more diversity that we would have in the game, though, realistically. Because don't think because of that there's diversity in reality that there's going to be diversity in the game. Unless we already have that stock. If it's not trains we already have in the game, I wouldn't bet on it. Oh no. Is this, why is this train, oh right. I was gonna say, why is it limited, but then I see on the text over there, it says max speed 100 miles per hour. Because I realize sometimes we'll go through 110 limits or 105 and it will just remain at 100. And somehow I was actually reading that text earlier and it just didn't click in my head. It can definitely do more. It can definitely do 110 and 105. They just want to play it safe. Which I'm surprised for this era. That's actually funny, ASR. To be fair though, Nabil, I don't think his opinion like reigns there, you know? Would it help potentially if he was for it? Maybe. But let's be honest, man, the way sometimes routes are selected doesn't really make sense. So whether he's for it or against it, I honestly don't think it means anything. Jackson, you know, from what I've heard and seen over the years, there have been many routes that would have been an easy option in terms of developing compared to something else they decided to go for. I don't know, sometimes logic, I don't know. Let's take a recent example with Stuttgart to Heilbronn. So for some reason they didn't bother to create new liveries. Doesn't really make sense. It wouldn't have been difficult. But cool, whatever. But hold on a minute. If they had set the route in 2010, correct me if I'm wrong, then they could have just released it as it's been released now, and it would have been more accurate. So why not either? If you don't want to create any liveries for whatever reason, why not just change the era? But instead, you've made it in 2000, didn't do the work, the easy work that would have made it period accurate. And now, it's not just that they've done that and just left it. Now they're bringing a DLC that will bring a 2010 timetable. So why not just create a 2010 timetable in the first place? It would have been more accurate, and you could have just slotted in this new DLC. So you're talking about would have been an easy option in terms of developing. I don't see logic being the leading factor in route selection. I don't know how routes are chosen, but sometimes things just don't make sense. And it just seems like there has to be something going on to determine the decisions that are made that we just cannot understand or fathom or even try and speculate. It's senseless. You could then do a mega run from Aachen all the way to Wolfsburg. That would be sick. I mean, at least us UK guys have that possibility. Well, we will have that possibility soon. Something of that sort. Remember in TSW3 that they said that routes would be longer. Yes. Also remember in TSW2 they said rush hour. And one of the routes still doesn't have anything rush hour. Okay, maybe the timetable's solid, but no passengers. Hasn't been bolstered with DLC due to fear. The game can nothing can advance if you don't take a risk. Put fear to the side and push the limits of the game. Push the limits of the game, man. And do it in the right way as well. Because they're pushing the limits of the game now, but by not fixing bugs, by not fixing the core, by not fixing the foundation. And eventually I'm sticking to my judgment. It's going to topple over. The game will just break. It will just break at some point. You cannot keep a foundation built on sand and then expect to be able to build a 100 level tower. West Coast mainliner, Bill. I don't know the mileage comparison. I don't know how long it would have been from Aachen to Wolfsburg. But I mean more so just in terms of being able to have a really long journey via connecting DLCs. Carlisle to Faversham, I'm not sure about that. Who's highly and also special about that comment? I like the weathering, you know. It's a dirty little train. I feel like the top might be too clean though. So how's that happen then? Okay. They cannot keep going anyway. The route's getting larger and larger in size. Even though at some point we need to have one turret for the entire game. Yes, there is also that problem. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's clearly somehow going in the way of TSC. But these file sizes are way bigger. And you do wonder, is there no way to compress them? At Wilson Junction, you can take the Mildmere line to Stratford, and from Stratford. And from Stratford, South East and High Street. Okay, okay, fair enough. Touche. That is indeed a possibility. Actually, no, sorry. No, it's not. You can't take the Mildmere line to Stratford from... Oh, you can. You can. That would be pretty cool. That would be a pretty cool run, you know. I think that would be a cool video, but it would take time. A whole lot of time. Would be cool though. You've got me thinking now. Like start in the morning and then try and join up the times as much as possible. It's doable. It's doable. You would just have to hope that the timetables on the Mildmere line match up with the West Coast Main Line one. I guess technically in that same breath you could also then go to Elephant and Castle. Elephant and Castle. Obviously it wouldn't be half as long as going to Faversham. Still be fairly lengthy though. I think it's like 45 minutes or something from Queen's Park to Elephant and Castle. Hello, Avni Sticks, how you doing? Stuttgart Hillborough, normal size route, almost 12 gigabytes. Wow, I did not know it's that large. Cost of others even less. How is that? Okay, maybe less assets then I guess, because it's just like basic tunnel and trees and tracks. 12 gig for Stuttgart. Wasn't there an ambassador event last month where they did like the whole West Coast Main Line and TSC and TSW? Yeah, a few of them had like a thing going on. Spawn and foot wait for train. Yeah, but then it would break the immersion a little bit, wouldn't it? No, I guess not. I guess not. But how would you get to Wilson Junction though? How would you get to Wilson Junction? You'd have to go all the way to Euston, then take a Lioness line to Wilson. Yeah, take a Lioness line to Wilson Junction, and then go from there. For it to be at least a little bit immersive, you know. I've never seen someone use route hopping. Neither have I, bro. I've never used it myself. I've never, bro. When have we ever even spoken about it? It's not even like there's a possibility that anyone here will use it. When the new UK third-party route releases with that river name and such, you could then be longer. Well, what river name? That's what I was talking to. I was talking about when all of the West Coast mainland routes are finished and released. Then doing that run. With Bakerloo make more sense to connect to GWE. Oh, see, now you're talking. Now you're talking. So take the Bakerloo line to Paddington and go from there. Then you fly to Reading. Or get a 166. See, that would be cool once the remaster releases. That would be extra special. Yeah, there are some opportunities. There's a few opportunities there. Maybe that's how we do route hopping. Although I don't know in terms of like time, will it transfer you to the other route at the same time that you entered the portal? I don't know. Aachen Würzburg will be at least 45 hours, I think. And there are trains that drive these routes in one go. In reality, what? Wait, non-stop, Jackson. However you interpret it, Nabil, is not my responsibility. Oh my god, Hank. You mean driving on the right side of the road? I'm very excited about the Medway Valley line. Very excited. Okay, there are Pendolinos stopping at Watford Junction, yes, but you would still have to take the Lioness line either way. So whether you do it from Watford Junction or Euston. I just noticed I might do that as a passenger experience, you know. I haven't done my passenger experience videos in a while. Forget driving it. They still haven't fixed the bug where when you're on foot and you press F1 to hide the entire HUD, the compass and the time will randomly spawn back in. And you do wonder how hard could that be to fix, honestly. Non-stop is insane. See, that could have run in the UK, man. That's what I'm saying. You look over there, your drivers with the Ebula, it's basically a HUD. You cannot tell me that it's challenging driving a train in Germany. You have your own HUD. You don't actually need to route learn. You lot got it on easy mode. You know exactly how to interpret that. I know, Hank. I know. But the pun stands. That's the thing though, Bill. Trying to fix the most simple things. Because they've left things and left things and left things for years and years and years and added and added and added on top. Maybe fixing the most basic thing is like trying to hack into the Matrix. And whereas before I was saying the only real fix is to scrap TSW and start another game, I'm not gonna lie. They can start another game, but let's be honest, if the people who are working on that new game are the people who are working on this game, why are we going to expect a different result? They can start a new game, Unreal Engine 5, Unreal Engine 29, and in-house engine, I don't care. As long as it's the same people working on it, the result will be exactly the same. Because Unreal Engine isn't the death of TSW. Is it the best platform? Absolutely not. But it has not been utilized to its full potential at all. Doesn't the UK also have some kind of timetable tablet or timetable paper? Yeah, timetable paper, but then not as in it won't give you as much detail as the Ebula gives you. The Ebula screen is starting to stop getting used in favor of the tablet. All I see on like videos, cab driving videos from Germany are all of them have the tablet being used as like a primary device. But yeah, it's basically I guess maybe a potentially more dynamic Ebula than what's on the train. I don't know. I would think there's more flexibility having it on a tablet. Direct connections from Kiel, which is at the Baltic Sea, all the way down to Innsbruck in southern Switzerland. The Alps begin to live 13 hours long. Of course, there are multiple drivers for that, but still. But if it was just one driver, it would still be doable. Because it wouldn't all have to be from memory. SES should build train sim? No. I wouldn't want a train sim in the 1/19 scale or whatever they use. At that point, I might as well go and play trains or whatever. I don't even know how accurate trains is. I always crap on it, but I actually don't really know much about it. I've seen some videos here and there, and I've had a browse on the store page a few times. I just haven't been blown away by anything. Hello Cameron, how you doing? Did you tell me yesterday in the bill? I do not remember having a conversation about Ebula. I believe you before you pull out a timestamp and receipts and hard evidence. I just don't recall having that conversation at all. So what are they using instead then, if they're not using the Ebula? Because even what they have on the tablet is still an Ebula, no? A tablet, right? But the tablet is like a handheld Ebula, so it's still an Ebula, just not the classic version. It's not called Ebula. So what's it called? Why have they given it a different name? I'm under the impression that they're the same thing. Because from what I've seen, they're the same thing. Sorry. Digitaler Fachplan. Sorry, not an Ebula. It just looks exactly like an Ebula, operates exactly like an Ebula. Does everything an Ebula does. But sorry, it's a digital timetable. So what's on the screen then inside the trains? Is that not a digital timetable? What do you mean not train-bound, Jackson? As in it's just like it's not attached to the train? That's my point though. It's the same. You've just like. It's like I can go on Google Chrome on the computer and you'll call it a web page. But now when I go on Google Chrome on my phone, now you've given it a different name. Now it's a digital web page. What are we doing? It's the same thing. The drivers get other live information. So yeah, so it's a more advanced, right? It's a more advanced. It's like an Ebula V2. I don't know if you wanna call it that, or it's Ebula that's coming out of early access. A very long early access stint. But what differentiates it to the degree where you would change its entire name? Like what's really, what really separates it hard from the classic Ebula? Okay, so that's a decent list of things. So it's more than just a digital timetable then. So maybe if they called it something like, this is gonna sound very cringe, but driver assistant. you know, driver assistant, for example, because it gives you the timetable, personal driver shift stuff, like you said, more stuff to look up. So it's like an assistant. But if you're just going to call it a digital timetable, that's what an Ebula was. It's a digital timetable. Right, but I'm giving you an example though. Driver assistant in terms of it has a lot of purposes that are helpful to a train driver. I mean, technically it's fine, but it just doesn't differentiate it from the name itself. Doesn't differentiate it from the Ebula, because you could have called the Ebula digital timetable. It's digital. It's on a screen. If it was something like we see in SimRail, where it's like a paper clipped onto the wall, then absolutely that would be something entirely different. But it's literally the same thing on a different device with some new features. You lot are just you're tapping into your German blood and trying to be like extra. It's calling it a digital timetable. The Ebula is a digital timetable. So you basically, by name, you haven't differentiated it. It's not that deep, but you're defending something it doesn't make sense. You can't argue that a digital timetable, a digital Fahrplan, is an Ebula. They should have given it a more fancy name. That was their chance to like spice things up a little bit. And instead they went with digital timetable. Come on, man. About as much creativity as we've seen from DTG in the past 3 years. See how you have to emphasize built-in Ebula? Because you know that they're the same thing. And you get an order via GSMR to look up this and that on your Ebula. What, like when like a signaler calls you, for example? Or will like something be displayed on the actual screen of the GSMR? No, but as in the bill, Jackson said, as an example, you get an order via GSMR. I mean, as in, like, would a GSMR have, like, can it have instructions written on it? Or would it be via a phone call? If the signaler, for example, needs to get a message across. A phone call, okay. You know what? I was really, I don't know if the word would be impressed, but I was happy with some of the details that the Expert 101 gameplay pack had. You know, like filling out the form and stuff like that. I feel like that sort of level of detail is what will make you appreciate the railway and the complexities of the railway, and maybe add some pressure on you to drive, you know, accordingly, if you so desired. And the communications were a bit cringe, but it's a step in the right direction. And because it's a step in the right direction, we will never see anything like that again. Maybe from TSG. But it's not like another third party will see that and think, oh, let's use that to inspire us. No. As a matter of fact, I'll even be surprised if TSG do it again. What I actually hope they never do again, though, is bring a helicopter into a scenario. I never want to see that again. The silent helicopter. I don't know what Befehle Schreiben is, but so there's a couple of scenarios. There's one that I remember exactly. I don't know if there's more, but there's definitely at least one scenario in the latest gameplay pack DLC for the Expert 101 where you fill out a form. I believe, what is it for? Is it for? Oh, was it for wrong line run, wrong way run in or something of the sort? I don't remember. There was something that occurred in that scenario, and you basically communicate with the signaler, and then he tells you to fill out the form, and then you actually like fill out the form. It's very well detailed, very well detailed. They made a bunch of noise about it in the articles before it released. I believe it was on that route. It was on that route, yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you want to search through my TSW5 streams and look for it, you'll eventually find it if you can be bothered. But because I actually don't remember the name of the scenario, and it happens like midway as well through the scenario. Yeah, I mean it makes sense, right? Like, you know, times changing, times moving forward. You have to adapt and use technology to improve things, to make things more efficient. No Ebula, no. Which was disappointing, I guess. Considering the level of detail. But then again, at the same time, though, I think that's a core thing. I don't think that's something that they can just add in. If they want to work on that and make it possible for them and other German DLCs, that would have been cool, right? But there was nothing for them to use. And although they went to that level of detail, it wasn't all sunshine and flowers. There was another scenario where there was some construction going on one side of the tracks. And so you go past where the construction work is going on, and the construction was the fence and the track deleted. It was just the fence and the track was deleted. There was no construction workers, there was no tools, there was no rail, nothing. So even with such a great level of detail in one scenario, in the same DLC on another scenario, there was a lot less effort. And I mean, these are static things, you know? Place the NPCs, place the tools, that's it. Like, no one's asking for there to be like a, I don't know, man, construction, like actual railway vehicles working on the thing and da-da-da-da. No one's asking for all of that. It's a very basic game that we're playing. But effort is always appreciated, you know? I didn't see a speed sign there. I saw it coming on the HUD, but I didn't actually see anything beside the track. Kardar, good afternoon, sir. How are you doing, my man? Hope you had a great stream earlier. I think what makes a run like this bearable, especially if you're going back and forth, is the scenery. Like if this was done with the scenery that we saw the last time we played ATS, I think a lot of people would just off themselves after 3 runs. Why doesn't the power come back by itself sometimes? That's good to hear, Cardo. Today it's been grey and rainy. However, it's been busy. It's been smooth. It's been fast. And honestly, my man, with the level of detail of the route mixed in with the level of detail of the locos, mixed with the level of detail in the formations and the liveries, it's always a blast. It's always a great experience, man, honestly. The game being the game, you know, it's not perfect. There are minor issues. But, man. And then you couple this experience with, you know, certain other mods. If you are properly playing... Wait, what do you mean train ahead? That's a troll. I missed it. If you're properly playing TSW again, I think you may like this mod. It's called TSW Route Annotation, but it basically gives you real weather from like any date, and it can do real live weather as well. So it makes the weather so much better. The transitions, the environments under snow or maybe some light rain. Like, when do you ever see light rain in TSW under the dynamic weather? Never. And if you do any journey mode runs, you're not stuck with whatever weather they forced upon you. So it's a really great mod in my opinion. One of the best. One of the best. Oh, LWD fake news. That's gonna be nerd. He likes it. He likes his attention. Let him have it. Real weather is gorgeous. Yeah, real weather is gorgeous. Like if you just play in the rain via the dynamic weather, you will hate it. I hated it. I hated it, man. Because there's so much fog. And it's never like this, like a bit of light rain and keeping it cute. It's thunderstorm. Like, there's no... it's from 0 to 100. From 0 to 100. And sometimes straight back to 0. Never in between. You can't let go, Carter. No. No, it's an obsession. It's an obsession. It's very strange. Very, very strange. But what can you do? What can you do? Good old Gono, man. I think I might raid him myself, to be honest, if he's still streaming. I haven't raided him in a while as well. Long time. I like him. He seems like a very peaceful soul. With the games that we play today, Karda, whether it's you, Golden, or myself, I find it very strange that we all met on Forza. find it very, very strange. I just thought about it for the first time. I do want to go back to sim racing though. I miss it dearly. And I don't know whether I'm using it as an excuse, but I would really like my steering wheel so that I can use my Moser base. You know, I've genuinely considered sim racing with my truck wheel, just so that I can use the base. Like many times I've gripped it and I've moved it as if I'm like racing, and I can do it. I believe I can do it. And realistically, classic cars had very big wheels, probably as big as that. So depending on the class of racing, it wouldn't be outrageous to race with a truck wheel. Not to mention there is actual truck racing, but not in the games that I would use it on. Yes, Hank. I feel like when I mentioned that, you know, I like a cat. The cat's ears just go zzz, 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 zzz. I feel like that's what your ears did. Well, I don't know, Cardar. I can only know from trying it, because when I've had it on my desk and the thought has passed my mind, I'll move it as if as if I'm racing, and it's not ideal, but it seems doable. It seems doable. I think I would regret it though, to be honest, but I don't know. I don't think it's something that's impossible for me to do. I see myself doing it. I think the sooner I get my wheel, the better, because I feel like I'm losing my mind maybe. What's that experience like, Hank? That must be quite interesting. You have to tell me how you did it, Cardar. Maybe there's something that I could do that I'm missing. You know, I'm here complaining about not being able to properly enjoy flying because I don't have the right peripherals, and maybe I do. You know, maybe I do. I understand the pedals can be used for the rudder. That's a no-brainer. But what else? Hank, please explain. I would love for my mind to be completely blown. Oh, you're referring to shocking with a Formula wheel, right? I can imagine, because how do you even properly? I mean, look, the Tesla Plaid has like a yoke style steering wheel. So it's possible. It's actually not too far from the realms of reality. I think you can get that wheel in some other Tesla models as well. What do you mean no push-pull, Jackson? The only push-pull I know is the train-related push-pull. Oh, right. Okay, you have to assign real buttons for that. See, that's the thing. How do you do that with buttons? That's very risky. Because how do you adjust how much force you apply? Uh, yeah, sure thing, Nabil. Are you talking about the digital timetable? It says the steering wheel doesn't move vertically or horizontally. Oh no, that one was Henk is talking about, Jackson, using a formula wheel for truck simming. So we're having like two conversations at once, basically. Buttons to trim, pedals for the force. Oh my god, that sounds scary. Honestly, sounds scary. The digital order. Okay, I actually don't know what you're talking about, but yeah, send it through and then I will know. Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. It's always good to learn. Coploper. You're gonna make me throw up. It's a Honda Cop. Not another beast, please. Beautifully done. Another beast. I don't know what's going on in the Netherlands, man. I don't know what the aim is to make trains so unique. Thank you, Nabil. What are you talking about, Jackson? Hello, CP. How you doing, mate? That's good to hear, my man. I'm doing well, thank you. I know Dora the Explorer. I never watched it. I wouldn't know, like, quotes from Dora. Yo, these guys moving. Slow down. What's the rush? I like the badge. Can you stop? I like the badge. That's very detailed. I assume it's going to reverse. There's no signal here. What's it waiting for? Just abandoned his wagons. What's the move here, big fella? Oh, we're uncoupling too. Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. It's turned around. Wait for the signal to clear. I'm interested to see what's going to take place. This is the behind the scenes. That's what we never get to see. Usually the run will end and then boom, it's back to the menu. Was rushing into health. I guess we're just gonna turn around and then go back the way we came. No, but this service is meant to continue. Apparently we're going to a siding. I wonder how this service would have taken place in reality. Should have used a loco brake. Goodness me. Okay. Is there more? Wait for 1 minute again. Ah, yes. A sign of a just train's route. Wait 1 minute after every single... Oh, God. After every single instruction. Okay. Why is it so difficult? Ah. Okay. Wait for 1 minute. Cheers, boys. I didn't know that was what I had to do. You guys just overcomplicate things whenever you want. 4D. Okay. 4D chess. So who's going to take our coaches then? Or are we running around to the other side? I mean, it's information you're going to need to know, Nabil. Definitely no reversal with no one in the back. I mean, you would think this was common sense, boss. Wait a moment. Now it's not 1 minute. Now they're spicing up a little bit. They've changed it to a moment. But I would put money on that moment being 1 minute. Okay. Oh my God, we would be here until 8:34 in the evening. Jesus. Okay, well. Shut it all down properly. Do a better job than all the NPCs. Where's the way out? How do I get out of here? $37 is gonna go and steal my coaches, bro. What the hell is even a safe procedure for getting out of here? Would you walk here? Where to? Don't do that to me, Carter, man. I already spoke earlier about how I'm missing Simrel. And I'm hoping that when the update comes, it's good enough to reel me right back in, man. These are still here. Neglected. Forgotten about. See, this is what you don't get in TSC, man. If you really wanted to, you could just hang around somewhere and just watch as things happen. You know, walk around. When you want to go somewhere, you know, get on a train, find a seat, enjoy the view. It's one of TSW's biggest strengths. If not its biggest strength. Check through the station canopy. What do you mean? Where you were looking at the lamp on the back of the train. Okay. What am I looking for? Other than starters for some reason. Well, just tell me what I'm looking for here, sir, because I don't know what you're getting at.
567 in our community is, will there be multiplayer?
There absolutely will be multiplayer in Train Sim World, absolutely.
Of course, things have been going too well, haven't they?
Love it, man. Doesn't get old. Who's that? Can't see anything. Give me a view. Someone got show in the calf. Thank you very much, ASR. Great stuff. What sounded its horn? I'm not seeing any movement. I know a lot of people on the forum, right? If I just... Look at the thief. If I just stayed here shooting videos... Oh no, there's a thief. No, he's taking my coaches. Why are the lights so bright? If I just stayed here recording trains going past, and then in edit, why would he do that for? In edit, put like an 80s video filter over it. Multiple orgasms would be had. I'm tempted to call this number. You heard me right, ASR.
Jackson 8th
Fake.
cheered.
It's a fake number.
X10.
Jackson. Do you know that's the Moroccan equivalent of LOL? And I think the Brazilian one is just K's. K, 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 K. Who's making noise? Doors are still open here. It can't be you. They're sounding horns, but they're not going anywhere. How cool would it be to like stick your head out the window? These are standard class. What the hell was the other one then? I actually can't open those doors. Wait, I can't open any doors. I'm trapped. Hello? Starring is killing me here. I'm stuck on the train. I can't get out. I can't open the door. It's locked. So laggy.
Jackson's 8th.
You're a Muppet, you Muppet.
X10.
What are you talking about? Train's not going anywhere today. Not on my watch. Oh, this is cool.
Jackson's 8th cheered. X10. Muppet.
Where's the productivity, Nabil? You're a Muppet. Jackson. Oh, look at that. How is this not productive, Nabil? We're exploring, bro. How many times have you done this? How many times have you just taken some time out? Why are the headlights on? Why do I have this much power? Oh my god, I can move. I'm gonna do Carter's favorite thing. Where is it?
Jackson
great.
8th cheered. X10. Muppet.
Brother! I believe this is Carter's favorite activity in TSW. Carter, can you confirm? I feel like you get faster and faster the more you go. Very much in the bill, yes. Very much.
Jackson 8th cheered. X10. Muppet.
Brother. You can send it as many times as you want. You know, you can say 1 + 1 = 3 as many times as you want. It will not make it true.
Jackson 8th cheered. X10. Not head.
Sometimes. Hello, Aston. How you doing, mate? All right, should we call it there, boys? We had a little bit of fun. Jackson's having too much. I don't know.
Jackson's ATH cheered. X10. Hello,
Skeptical. Skeptical about what? Thank you for all the bits, Jackson. Oh my god. Just send them all at once so that you're not cutting me off.
Cheered. X10.
I
Muppet.
was like, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah. Okay. So would you guys say that the thing is a roulette? It's a spinny wheel. It's a spinny wheel. I'll show you.
Jackson's ATH cheered. X10. Twat.
Right back at you, boss. Right back at you. Where is it? It's changed. Bro, it's gone weird. Okay, if for some reason it's here and it's upside down. Okay. Right, so this is basically it. So this is what the roulette kind of like is. Spin. It does the little audio stuff. And well, hey. What are the chances? What are the chances?
Jackson's ATH cheered. X10. You go Pookie.
You don't go. You don't go Pookie. To mix things up, you can spin the wheel after each journey mode run, not chapter. So you change routes within a stream and do multiple journey modes. So, but what if there's like a 15-minute run, for example? That would be fine. Because I can do it that way. I'm happy to do it that way.
Jackson's ATH cheered. X10. Spin the wheel, Pookie, you go king.
Carda, every single like thing option is a DLC. It could have landed on anything there, and it did it on the same route we've been playing today. I wouldn't mind doing that, Nabil. I wouldn't mind doing that. I think I would lose some skill. Oh my god.
Jackson's ATH cheered. X10. Great idea, Nabil.
Cheers. I would lose probably some brain cells and skills in driving trains because I'm constantly swapping over and I can't get used to like one by itself. But I don't think, if it's going to spice things up, I don't think that's too much of a bad idea. I don't know. I would need more opinions on it, basically. I think I'd be happy to do it both ways. And also, the brain thing needs to work. It's been trying, man. It's been trying for years, boss. It's been trying for years. But yeah, I think either way, I'm happy. Whether it's... Because ultimately, either way, the goal is achieved, which is literally to just... Yeah, do a poll for only you to vote. Either way, the goal...
Jackson's ATH cheered. X10. When gambling stream.
Gambling stream is if I do my if I trade publicly, that would be a gambling stream. I'm not gonna lie, I've heard the money is very good from companies that sponsor gambling streams. Very good. I might have to lose my integrity if they approach me. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway. I'm not gonna go into that, Neville. I'm not gonna go into that. If you know, you know. I'm not gonna go into that. But yes, very funny. If I had no, I shouldn't. I think it would actually be fun. That's the issue. I would actually have fun. I put in £100, and then I just be doing £5 on slots. £5, and then we see whether we lose everything or we make profit. How many 5s in 100? 20? Is it 20? It's 20. So we just do 20 spins, and then we see what we end up with. Whatever we end up with is the profit. And you know what I've realized? Because I've done it. When you don't do it for a while and you go back, they make you win. But when if you're a regular player, then you always lose. So we'd actually make some money. I guarantee 100% we'd make some money, some decent money as well. Anyway, before I actually get sucked into the idea, I'm gonna leave it there, and I'll catch you guys on hopefully Monday.
Jackson 8th cheered. X10. 9 out of 10 gamblers stop right before they win.
So I've heard the rumors. You know what's going to be on next week's schedule? I haven't sold out just yet. Okay.
Jackson 8th cheered. X10.
Thank you,
Carter.
Carter.
You just haven't won yet.
Thank you, Carter. Yeah, I'll this schedule might be interesting next week. But keep an eye on it being uploaded tomorrow on the Discord. If you're not part of the Discord, it's just a small mix-up. Yeah, just small. Basically, oh, you guys are Moroccans. You're the same, basically, Carter. It's okay. Don't worry. I understand, man. You guys, you Moroccan guys are the same. What was I gonna say? I keep thinking my brain is fried. Yeah, if you're not part of the Discord, type in !Discord in the chat and you'll be given the link. You're all welcome. You're all invited. Schedule for the week is posted there every Sunday, so you'll know what's coming. So you'll know what's coming ahead of time. And there's a lot more to be gained from being part of the
Jackson
Discord.
8th cheered. X10. Have a nice Sunday, Pookie. Not racist.
Thank you, man. You get a straight thumbs up. Look at that. A perfectly straight thumbs up. Yeah, and there's a lot of other stuff on the Discord as well that you might enjoy. So thank you for the clarification, by the way, Jackson. Thank you. Very much needed, for sure. And yeah, I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you're enjoying these Saturday streams. Pretty much, that's genuinely what it feels like half the time. Like, especially, I don't know what's going on, especially the last couple of days. Brother, my brain has been cooked. I don't know why. I don't know whether I'm not sleeping properly, whether I'm not eating properly. I don't know what it is, bro, but I feel like I'm losing the plot. Jackson's currently on a 5-stream streak. Why did it just say that now? Why did it just say that now? That's probably what happened to Unibuild. Twitch didn't display it for whatever reason. Jackson's been here the whole time and it's only just said he's on a streak. Anyway. So this really is your new account, Jackson, then. It's like certified. 5 streams with this account. This is the new Jackson. But yeah, have a lovely rest of your weekend. Let's see. I said I was gonna raid Golnor in it because it's been a while. Let's see if he's still streaming. He is. Lovely. He's got 20 viewers already. Nice. We can add to that. Have a lovely rest of your weekend, people. As always. Raid Tim. I already said I would raid Golnor. I'll raid Tim next time. Remind me, please, because you know I'll forget. Where's our Golnor? Good on Tim for streaming as well. Oh, should I do Tim? Raid Hot Tub stream. Oh, bro. Nabil knows a picture I sent him today of what I found on Discord. I don't know whether it was today or this morning or what. I've lost track of time, and I lose track of time on the weekends. My keyboard sometimes just doesn't work. Gordo will be there. Yeah. Gordo streams a lot. Gordo streams a whole lot. Let's raid Tim then, man. Let's show Tim some love. Right. Have a lovely rest of your weekend, my people. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And I mean that, honestly. Have a lovely rest of your day. Stay safe. Health is wealth. I've said that in some random order. Until next time. Peace out. Adios. Bye. Bisalama. All the languages.